What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader, and I trade on the Forex as well. And I'm here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective. Let's jump into the market. What a candle we got overnight, guys. Beautiful candle to the upside. I've been very bearish up to this point. Has my opinion changed? In this video, I'm gonna share the three outcomes I can see basically Bitcoin taken from here. I'm personally still bearish. I'm going to show you the reasons why I'm bearish. I'm going to show you the reasons why I think we're going down from these levels. But I'm going to show you three outcomes on the charts from an Elliott wave perspective that the Bitcoin could take. So I'm going to show you all the counts that I can possibly see that are really in focus for now. So with that said, don't forget, not giving financial advice, just trying to help you understand the market through an Elliott wave lens and show you how I look at it. With that said, don't forget to, if you like the content, guys, leave a like and subscribe, and make a comment, guys. Comments are wonderful. I really appreciate it. They're always encouraging. They keep me motivated. I'm sorry I haven't made video this week. I've been focusing on the Discord. That's my number one priority, making sure everybody's taken care of. I had 2 days where I did I did 3 different live streams. I did one for Elite last night, my Elite group last night, and then we did 3 live streams the day before that, just trying to get a beat on this market so we can know what it's doing. And we did some live trading as well in the morning during one of those lives. That was good. So anyway, that said, I've just been so busy with that, I haven't made any YouTube videos, so I apologize. But here you go. This update. Hopefully, it'll be timely and helpful for you. So where's the market going? What are we seeing? Well, last time you heard, we were possibly looking at a diagonal. I believe that diagonal count is completely out the window. So if you were asking or thinking about that diagonal count, the diagonal's really been invalidated by this move to the upside. Okay, so that's one thing we need to pay attention to. The second thing, my main count right now, first count. Let's go over the 3 counts that I believe. My main count is still a 1-2-1-2 to the downside. Okay, that is not invalid. You notice my big yellow line across the chart. That's called my yellow line of death. The reason it's so big and dark there, because the moment price, excuse me, I'm very sorry. The moment price crosses that yellow line, it is death to my primary count. Okay, and so basically, here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this basically as an impulse off the top here, off that top there, and we're heading down here. I'm looking for 20k Bitcoin, most likely. That's my primary count. Now, I might be wrong on that, and I'm prepared to be wrong on that, so understand that. But I'm prepared to see kind of a really bad death to Bitcoin kind of count here, coming down the pipe. Now, again, I might be wrong, but don't turn me off until you understand what the Elliott wave count is behind it and what the reasoning is behind it. Okay, but the count basically says this is a 1-2. Okay, and then the second structure you see is another 1, and the wave that we just got is finishing up now is another 1. It's another 2 wave. It's another 3 wave, and then we're going to get a third, a big wave to the downside, a third wave. And so all of this is part of the third wave. We'll get a fourth and then a fifth, and that'll get us down to about 20k. And what that would do overall is give us our C leg for our overall count of A, B, and C. Okay, so that's my primary count. That's the one that I believe is most plausible, most likely, based on world events right now, based on the current market status of the S&P and the DXY, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video. I'm going to show you the DXY and the reasons why I'm still bearish based on the DXY, and which is the dollar index, and based on the S&P 500 chart as well. I'm very bearish as well based on those charts, and I'll show you what I'm seeing in just a moment. But that's the first count. That's the first direction we're looking to go. And so basically, today's move would have been a shakeout, a big volatile, just a big stop hunt. Super volatile move to the upside, but it was designed to shake the shorters out and then take their money and then go down. Okay, and also to get a better price for market makers and whales, better price for their short as they continue down to the downside. The China ban, narrative is very powerful to me, although it's not not on the forefront of my mind in this, but it's certainly added a lot of fuel to my bearishness as well. let's talk about a secondary count here that could be happening. So first off, a 1-2-1-2 still not invalidated. When does that thing get invalidated, guys? It gets invalidated the moment price breaks above the last high, which is around 48,791 in that ballpark, 48.8 in that ballpark. That is the death to my 1-2-1-2 idea. Now, it doesn't mean we still can't go down. It just means that the 1-2-1-2 idea is no longer valid from an Elliott wave perspective. Okay, so we would see this as an A wave. Okay, probably the A wave right there. A. We had a 3 wave. You see it in blue right there. 3 wave B. That was a real trashy wave for sure. There's no doubt about it. It was kind of a running correction there. Didn't even break the low here almost. Just real trashy there. It got to the 786, I think, of the extension. So it's basically A, B, and C right there. And then we're getting this move to the upside, which should be a 5-wave impulse. And in the 4th wave right now, so guys, currently we're going to be flagging out. I'm expecting the move I'm expecting is some kind of a flag with a hit to the high and then a dump after that. Okay, so that's what I would expect if this hit to the high must not go beyond 48.8. Okay, so that's something to focus in on. Now, what else could it be if it's not that? Well, a second similar count to that, but a little different. Let's zoom out just a little and show you. It says that this C wave can actually come up beyond this. This C wave can come up higher to the 1618, beyond to the 1414. It can break this yellow line of death, no problem. This count does. But the difference is that we started with a 3-wave down, and now this is a 3-wave to the upside. This is going to be followed by a 3-wave, most likely a 3-wave down. So we'd still get a downward trajectory wave, and this would be a larger W, X, and a Y wave, and that's basically how we would count that. So that's the next count. If we break our yellow line of death, the next count that we move to is we look for a reversal or a down move, 3-wave move, very similar to this, but it can go down in 3 waves any way it wants to. But we'd look for a 3-wave move to the downside. That would get down to the 1-to-1 extension of the entire system. So let me pull the 1-to-1 extension. So let's just say it comes up to the 1618. We'd be looking for 30, 36, 37K, all the way down to 31K here. I could get that low. Okay, it could get as low as 28K. To be honest with you, it can come that deep. That 3-wave move just depends on how it comes down. It could come down many different ways. So if it breaks the yellow line of death, the 1-2-1-2 is invalidated. However, we still have a downward move possible in the charts where we could get a 3-wave move down, and that would be again a W. This is a W 3-wave, a W X wave. A 3-wave X and a 3-wave Y. That gets somewhere in the corrective pocket. The corrective pocket is anywhere between the 786 and the 1618. That's a big window, and we narrow those targets down once the first wave and the second wave are put in. Once we have the first 2 waves in, then we can really narrow those targets down and pinpoint about where we're going to see that wave complete. Okay, so that's a secondary count. That's the second option that I'm seeing for Bitcoin. So the first option is a bearish count that takes us all the way down to 20K or even less. The second count here is a count that takes us, maybe in the 30K range to 36K, in that ballpark, as a 3-wave move. And then what's the final count? Well, this is the bullish count, okay? And this is the count a lot of you want to hear. But I'm not here to tickle your ears, guys. I'm here to just tell you what I'm seeing in the charts, okay? So I'm not here to get clicks, and I'm not here to tickle your ears and tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what I'm seeing in the chart as honestly as possible. I'm not selling anything. I'm not shilling anything. All I'm doing is just providing information that I see in the market, and if it helps, because I care about you guys. I started my channel originally because I wanted an outlet to share what I was learning and what I was doing, but I also wanted to help people avoid the mistakes that I had made early on as a trader. And so anyway, that's my goal, and that's what I'm doing. And I've created a Discord now that has over 200 people in it, and they're learning to trade and to learn to avoid mistakes. It doesn't mean everybody's successful, because some people have a very. I got a kind note from a guy this morning. He said, Jim, if I had done what you had told me, I wouldn't have lost what I lost, but I gambled big on a wave and I shouldn't have done it. And and that's the story of a lot of you, that you're gambling, you're trading big, you don't know anything about risk management, and you're not disciplined and following a rule set in trading, and you're losing big. And that's what my Discord is for. So it is the first of the month. It's the first day of the month. It's my wife's birthday, so happy birthday to her. But yeah, I did marry an older woman. She's 2 months older than I am. 2 months and 3 days. But anyway, that said, I invite you into the Discord. It's a perfect time to join today. We'll get you in there right away, and we'll get you acclimated. We'll get you started on the training resources that we have. We have fresh training videos that you can watch and learn from, and you can jump right into the mix and learn what we're learning, and have two daily streams in the morning and in the evening. And so we'd offer that to you. It's available, and so just become a Patreon supporter, and then we'll get you right into the Discord. I'm not here to sell that Discord though, but I do want to make you aware of it. If you're struggling and this market is taking you by surprise, this move did not take us by surprise, guys. It did not take us by surprise at all. We were planning on it. We were expecting this as one of our options, and so it was on our it was on our radar that this could come up here. We knew it, based on Elliott wave theory. Okay, but that said, if you didn't know it was coming and you were just bearish because you were listening to Crypto Kirby, or you listening to me because I've been very bearish, and just trying to trade off of that sentiment, you can't really do that, because guys, we change our opinions on the fly as the market structure lets us know. There was a point last night, and I'm going to show you the third bullish count in just a minute. Just give me a second, guys. But there was a point last night where I saw um, the wave structure right in here. Okay, right in there. I was like, oh guys, this is going up. And I made a video. I made kind of an emergency live video with my elite group, letting them know I think this is going up. Now, we weren't certain at the time, but the wave structure was pointing up, and my bias was up, and I was really hemming and hawing about closing my short down. And then I hesitated. In fact, I had a personal psychological issue last night, that I hesitated. I waited all the way to here. I closed my short and went long and caught that part of the wave. But that said, anyway, it took me. It really took to the break of this wave for me to really feel like, oh yeah, we're definitely going up. I needed that confirmation, and so that was one of the things that I had to get. Was a confirmation that we broke that top, so I invalidated the downside completely. So anyway, that said, overall it was pretty. It was a wash, so to speak. Anything I lost, I gained by that move, so not so bad. But anyway, now I'm looking for the next short entry, if it's coming, because my bias is to the downside still, and I see this move as a very very big stop hunt, fake out, liquidity grab by those in power. Now, what is the bullish count, if there is one? Let me show you what it would be. Okay, the bullish count. Let me get this off the screen here. The bullish, let's go to the 1 hour chart. That's a better chart. The bullish count says, Jim, we just finished an ABC correction. Okay, so this was an A, a B, and a C, and it finished. Okay, and now what we have on our hands is a 1 and a 2 wave, and we're in the middle of the third wave, and that third wave is going to end up here somewhere. Okay, now it's not going to go straight up there, but it's going to go up, bouncing all the way, and this puts our count over, retesting the highs, the all-time highs. Okay, and getting up to 50 to 60K pretty easily. Okay, and that might not be the end of the wave. This might continue on, but right now this is a 1-2 of a smaller time frame wave, potentially, in someone's eyes. In a that does fly with Elliott wave. Okay. Now this might be a part of an. Excuse me. Sorry about the yawn. I was up very late last night. But that being said, this might be an overall part of a big 1-2, and this is another one we get to pull back to, and then that's the ultra moon boy count, guys. That would be the ultra moon boy count. That we're just going on to greater and greater highs. That there's nothing wrong with the world markets at all. Bitcoin is going to 100K. Everything's happy. China's not banning. Crypto at all. Nothing's bad. Let's just ignore all that stuff, and we're moon boys. We're going to the moon. Guys, you got to realize with any investment, especially in crypto, it's very what do you call it? It's very speculative, right? You're betting on this becoming the world currency. But guys, I'm just here to tell you. Let me give you the reasoning now. Let me just talk to you about the reasoning why I do not gravitate to the bullish counts right now. I do not gravitate to those counts, but I gravitate to the bearish counts. I'm going to give you 3 or 4 reasons. Let's start with number 1, the DXY. Let's just look at the DXY chart. Going out to the 3-day chart, we have right now we're making a correction. Okay, we're making a correction. Now this is a 3-wave correction, best I can tell. All right, and it's correcting this wave right here. All right. Now we've passed the 1-to-1, but I do not think that we're finished. I think that we have more upside to go. That I think this wave is going to continue on close to $96. Okay, it's going to get up there to the 1618 extension. It's going to get closer to the 618 retrace. Okay, because at the end of the day, I think the dollar is going to crash. Okay, the dollar is going to crash, but it's not going to be until next year, and that is when the governments are going to roll out. Reason number 2, they're going to roll out their own digital currencies. That Bitcoin isn't going to be the winner, or the cryptos that we know of right now may not be the winners, but rather China has its own digital yuan. Our own government, the U.S. government, has its own digital dollar. Why are they going to give power to Bitcoin or any? They're not going to allow any other cryptocurrency to jeopardize the value of their own currency. And so what they're going to do is, while the fiat dollar is going to crash, it's going to give rise to the digital dollar, and the central banks of the world are going to create digital currency that everybody's going to be bound to, and you're going to be selling your fiat, exchanging your fiat at banks for digital money, and the world is going to shift over to a digital currency, and they're going to do that through a market crash. And through economic crises that are on the horizons caused by COVID. This COVID stuff is probably part of a overall plan, you know, part of an overall system. To crash markets and to I mean, it may be it's maybe a real thing, right? But it may be part of an overall crash of the market system, so that the world can now move over to digital currencies, and the next phase of financial of the Great Reset can happen. And the rise of Bitcoin was simply a way to get the world accustomed to the notion and the value of a cryptocurrency. And that's right now. That's my thinking. Whether Bitcoin lasts or Ethereum lasts, or I don't know. I don't have that knowledge. But right now, I tend to think that with all the regulation coming down the pipe from the SEC getting ready to regulate Bitcoin, they got it in the works. Okay. They also have. China's putting a ban on that, and they're ready to crack down and regulate it now, with 9 government agencies or something like that. I just watched a video on someone did. I'll put a link in the description to that video. Just this guy just did a great job explaining all the ins and outs of the China ban and what's going on globally and economically. It was just really, really powerful. And it was just as unbiased and just well thought out as presentation. So I commend it to you. But there's so many, they're ready to crack down. China's ready to crack down on crypto. So they're not going to let their people use it anymore. There's going to be a sell-off, guys. There's going to be people jumping out of crypto so they can get their money back if they're not going to be able to use it. So, guys, I think there's a big dump coming. I think there's a very large dump coming for crypto. But that said, I think there's going to be a pump. When that sell-off happens, the dollar's due to go up as well. So the dollar's going to be going up, right? People are going to be jumping back into the current system, and then eventually the dollar is going to end up tanking. Okay, the dollar is going to go down. This is the DXY chart, and that's what's next as far as the chart is concerned. That's basically the next wave I see. Okay, is a down move like that. To the downside once this wave to the upside's finished. So we have one more hurrah of the DXY, and then it's going to start tanking. And that what's going to give rise to the tanking of the DXY? Most likely it'll be the rollout of the digital dollar. And so as people sell their currencies for the digital dollar, the DXY index is just going to start plummeting. Now, there may be some flaws in that logic, but that's the way I'm thinking right now. If you've got some ideas, politely put those in the comments. Love to hear about those. But that being said, so with the China ban, the global market situation there, and the global, and the fact that governments are bringing in their digital currency. But let me give you the third reason. Looking at the SPX here, guys, the S&P 500 has broken its structure on the monthly chart. Structure has been broken in the RSI. Okay, I pay very close attention when we have structure breaks in the RSI. Right here, we had a structure break and we had a dip. Okay, right here on the RSI, we had a structure break and we had a dip. Okay, now we've got another structure break. Okay, and now we're starting a new dip. Okay, now this one is on the monthly time frame, but I think based on an Elliott wave count, this was the fifth wave. This was the fifth wave that could be complete. Now there may be a fifth of the fifth coming, but I don't think so. But there may be one more little wave coming on that time frame. I'm not sure. But right now, guys, I'm looking for a bigger down move here for the S&P. That this is poised potentially. This is poised to come on down. Now this may be just one more corrective wave here, and then we get, but it may be fairly deep. It may be fairly deep. Then we get a shot to the high, and then boom, a bigger crash. Okay, and that I see that in the chart coming in the coming days, weeks, and months. Now, I don't know how it's going to happen. Shoot, it could just come down now, totally from this count. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there as an ending diagonal. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me draw that a little bit better on the S&P. But I can see this as an ending diagonal. It's converged. It's found. It's done, guys. It's just done. Best I can tell. So we may not get that other high. I think we're getting a crash instead, and that's why I put out the video. And we have been going down since I called it on Sunday, or in the last video. We're going to get a down. Are you ready for the down move in the S&P and Bitcoin? And so we have been going down, but yeah, this pump today has been a shakeout again. But for all of those reasons, you start to put all that together. You've got our global economic crisis happening. You've got China banning. You've got governments getting prepared to roll out the digital their digital assets. You've got all these things. You got the bond market in a bubble. You've just got all these different things. We're poised for a major crash, guys, of all the markets of the world. And so that's why I'm biased to the downside. And so this up move really hasn't shaken me at all as far as my bearish bias. I am slightly less bearish than I was, only because now they are testing my last line of defense for my overall bearish bias. In other words, this is my last line of defense here. And I have to stop being as bearish as I am the moment that's broken. I have to change how bearish I am. I'm going to remain bearish until this top is broken, and then I'll get Moon Boy after that. But and that doesn't mean I won't be trading along with the wave. I can see the wave structures in the small time frame and get a good idea of which direction we need to be trading. But that said, I'm going to have to be less bearish once we break this next top. Okay, but remember the count. Remember the counts. That even though it breaks this top, it can still come down here in 3 waves down to this box area. And then it could go up again. It could go up big after that, right? I don't know what's going to happen after that. we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, that's one of the ideas, that it would continue going up after that. Now, will Bitcoin last? Yes, maybe. It could totally be the currency of the future, or be the gold that backs the digital currencies of the world. It could totally be any of those things. But that said, we don't know the future. But right now, I'm looking for more downside until the chart tells me differently. With that said, guys, that's all I have for you. Um, Leave a like, subscribe, and share some comments. Share some love in the comments. I really appreciate it. And tell me what you think about those thoughts. Just wanted to present those ideas to you. I will share a link to that video in the description. Someone shared it with me, and I watched it, and it was really well done. So I thought I'd commend it to you as well. All right, you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.